Good morning, and thanks for joining us for another episode of Fitness Friday. I'm here with Kelly from the Bay Athletic Club. She's been teaching yoga here for 10 years. So she's going to show us a series of postures that we can use to avoid slouching or anything that's really going to hurt our spine and cave in our chest. Kelly, you were just telling me that the way that we sit in the office or at home can really cause some problems with our body. So what are those problems?
Well, if you are always looking down at your device, or you're at your desk, you're slouching, and if you continue to do this without bringing back good posture, which is what I'd like to show you today, 3 pillars for better posture and the poses that go along with it. If you continue to do that, you can have some negative health, some definite health problems, including a permanent hump called a dowager's hump. So we want to avoid that for sure. Can I show you the first pillar to better posture?
Sure, let's get started.
When we're here in this slouch posture, our chests are not what we call open. They're closed off. So
it doesn't feel good.
It doesn't, no, and it can lead to, if you continue to do that and you're elderly, some actual breathing problems because you're so closed off. So we want to open our chest. To do that, I'll have you come around onto your bottom with your legs out and knees bent. We're going to actually take you all the way down onto your spine.
Okay.
So slowly down. Good. Your head is relaxed. We're moving into bridge pose next. So your hands are going to come next to your hips, palms up. Pull your heels in towards your body and keep your knees just like they are in line with your hips. You don't want them to come out wide. Good. From there, press your lower back into the mat until you feel whole contact with the mat. And then push through your heels and lift your hips up towards the sky. So this is one variation of bridge pose. To make it even more of a chest opener, you can start by bringing your hands underneath your body and then pull the backs of your arms one at a time underneath your chest and shoulders.
Ooh.
So you're actually stretching your shoulders, which is great for this slouch posture. So to continue to hold this about 5 to 10 breaths, do what you can, and then slowly come out of it one arm at a time, just like you did before, rolling back down. Good. And then from this posture, we can move into the second section, which is when you do start to lift your shoulders up over your hips where they're supposed to be, you start to feel your core activate. So we want to make sure we have strong cores to support our good posture.
Right.
So our first pose is called boat pose.
Okay.
And you can imagine why it is called a boat once you're into it. So we're going to come up all the way onto your sit bones. Your knees are bent just like they are, and you can have 2 variations with the feet down on the ground or legs in the air. Your arm's going to go next to your knees, and you have a nice V shape like a boat. This is a more advanced posture as you're feeling, but it's good.
What's the modification?
Strengthening your core. You can put your feet down, and you're still activating their core. Your chin is not hyperextending. You're always pulling it down into your chest, and you're not rounding your spine. We want to keep it nice and tall.
That's kind of hard.
It is.
I feel like my spine naturally wants to round in this position.
It does, especially if you're used to that rounded, slouching posture. Yeah.
Okay.
So for the folks at home, let's try a couple different variations
Sure.
In a different position called plank.
Sure.
Plank is like what you would do if you were about to do a full body push-up.
Okay.
So I'm going to take you through the best plank that you can do. You can go through the motions, but to really make it count, here's some good tips. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders. You're pressing down through your thumb and index finger. Hands are nice and wide. You're pushing yourself away from the mat. You're going to feel your core engage. From there, squeeze your legs together. You're just going to engage your lower half. So there you're feeling it. You can go through the motions, or you can do a really good plank. And you want to hold this for maybe 5 breaths. It is a little bit more advanced. And even more so is taking your right arm up towards the sky, and that's a side plank variation. To make this a little bit easier and still get the benefit to your obliques, you can place your knee that's closest to the mat down on the ground. So some definite strength in the core. Are you feeling that?
Yeah, but this just gives me a little bit more balance.
Yeah,
with the knee
good.
Down.
Another way to provide balance and activate different parts of your body, still strengthen your core, is to come up into downward dog.
Okay.
So you're going to come from plank and then press your hips up to the sky.
Okay. So I'm in plank.
Okay. and then pushing the hips up, letting the head come down between your arms. Now we're going to take it into a single or three-legged downward dog by taking your right leg up towards the sky, keeping the foot flexed and the hips centered towards the mat.
Okay.
Good. You're feeling this in your core a little bit more than just in regular downward dog, because with the leg up, you're off balance and your hips want to fall towards me.
Yeah, they do.
So you have to keep that core innervated to make sure you don't fall over. Good. So, good core strengthening. We have our last section. Are you ready for it? It's going to feel really good after this hard work. If you did that pose, you want to do, again, 5 breaths on each side. When you're finished with 5 breaths on each side of holding that position, you're going to come down into plank. Good. And then from knees or toes, lower all the way down slowly, keeping your elbows in towards your body. Good. Then slide your elbows, once you're there on your belly, underneath your shoulders. Keeping your palms flat onto the mat. Good. Pull your elbows. Yep, there you go. Good.
Okay.
And there you have it. You're in Sphinx pose, which is kind of a baby back bend, and a great way to keep your back nice and healthy. It can
feels
be
good.
energizing if done properly, and this can definitely lead to decreased back pain.
Should I be looking up or to the front?
Right there, you want to keep your chin neutral. So that's a great baby back bend, and we want to keep that going.
That feels so good on my spine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
I could do this all day.
Perfect.
Okay.
So there you have it. You have to open your chest, you have to keep your core strong, and then stretch your back with some baby back bends to have better posture overall. I recommend doing this every day if you can.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you.
That was a great series. You guys can pick whatever works for you. Just remember to keep that core tight and the shoulders back. That's all we have for you today on another episode of Fitness Friday.